Guess what, folks? This is the last video to explain to you what parabolas are all about. So this is part 4, writing equations for parabolas. So I'm going to give you the graph and you just simply have to write it in STD form. Let's see how you do, okay? Part 4, writing equation for parabolas. Example 4.1, find the STD form of the equation of the parabola. As you can see both parabolas that are both what form here. Is it x squared or is it y squared? Remember, x squared is the one that you already are familiar with when you were a baby. So these are the sideways ones, so it's going to be y squared and y squared. And you know what else I like to write? Like, this is the first thing I always do mentally, right? You're like, the one's going to the left and one's going to the right. So this one's going to the left, right? This one's going to the left. Therefore, it's going to be p is negative, okay? And this one, you know, it's going to the right, so p is positive. I think it really helps to write information like this, all right? And maybe when you get so good at it, you don't need to, but why risk the chance of getting it wrong? Another thing you should do, I think, is to write the STD form in your face. Like right now, I'm going to write the STD form, I'm going to write the STD form, as you should as well. Why not? So you know if it's a y squared, the y, we're going to do that first. It's k squared, 4px minus h. Same thing here. Y minus k squared equals 4px minus h. Why not help this? Why not do this first so that it kind of guides you? All right, we've done that already. All right, well, look at the graph. You know that the vertex, VFD, right? VFD, vertex is what? Yep, you got it. All right, you don't know the focus though. How about this guy? What's the vertex for this guy? 1, -3. Okay, so let's start plugging it in, okay? So y, 4p, x. Y squared equals 4. Oh, just kidding. This one has a vertex, right? Okay, sorry about that. So y plus 3 squared equals 4p x minus 1. Hey, nudge your neighbor to ask for clarification as to why this is a plus 3, okay? If you still don't know that, okay? No problem. Just ask your neighbor. That's why you're so lucky that you have friends around you. Right. Well, that's all we know so far, right? You're like, what is going on? But wait, we're going to now use this equation here, okay, to solve for everything else we need. Let's highlight everything else we need. We're going to need what? Looks like we need, always need a p. We always need a p. But what do we know? We're given this. An x and a y. We're given an x and a y. And we have x and y here. So let's plug those in. So when y squared is 36, 4p, I don't know that yet, but I know my x is -2. Okay? Again, I know this is 36 because this is y squared, and then this is my -2, which is my x, all right? And when I solve all that, what do I get for p? My p is -9/2. All right, my p is -9/2. But you guys, p is -9/2, but I don't care about p, I care about 4p. I care about 4p, so we're going to multiply our p, right, by 4. So what do you get? You get -18, and that's my 4p. And last step, moment of truth, our 5th step is going to be writing into STD, right? So let's put it into this form. Y squared, our p, 4p. Our 4p is what? -18, and that's going to be our x here. And that's our STD form, and we're complete. We're done. Let's highlight the answer. Do you see why this makes sense too? It's a little bit wide, this graph, right? And our vertex is at 0, 0, right? Hopefully that helped you. You're right. We didn't really need the VFD, like the focus and the directrix here, just when you're writing the equation. But the P will guide you there, okay? All right, let's try the next one. Why don't you stop the video and try finishing writing the equation for the next one? All right, welcome back. All right, so let's try our 3rd step here. Looks like we are given the information of an x and a y coordinate here again, right? Okay, so let's plug that stuff in. So we're going to get y plus nothing squared equals 4p. I don't know what that is, but I know my x is 5.5, okay? 5.5, I like to also write it as my, like a fraction, but that's fine with me, okay? Oh, actually, you know what, you guys? I wrote that in the wrong direction, right? So I'm going to go like this. Sorry about that. I'm going to go 5.5 minus 1. That makes it easier for us to calculate too. Oh, wait, we know our y. Oh, shoot, you guys, I'm making all sorts of mistakes here, huh? All right, sorry about that. So you were probably like, what is she doing? You're right, 0 plus 3. All right, sorry about that. All right, what happens here then, right? Wait a minute, y plus 3. Okay, let's just calculate, right? So we get 9, right? 9, because it's 3 squared, right? And 4p, I don't know what that is, but I know this guy for sure it's 4.5. It's going to be easier for us to calculate if you actually change that to convert that to a fraction. So let's do that, okay? So I'm going to do 9 equals 4p. What's 4.5? It's 9 over 2. Hiya, hiya, you do your magic and you get p is equal to half. P is equal to half, right? Because you're going to do all your calculations here, all this stuff, okay? All this stuff. 2, 18, and then you solve for p. All right, when you do that, you need 4p, right? Because you guys, you need 4p all the time. What is happening here? You need 4p every time. So when you need 4p, you're going to multiply that by 4p. 4 times 1/2, and what happened there? Then you get 2. So moment of truth, what's our final STD? Y plus 3, right? Square is equal to 2x minus 1 is our STD form. That's our answer here. This right here is the graph of this. It's what it's telling you, all right? See if everything makes sense, but I know you noticed something. Yes, it's a positive 2 and it's a negative 18. It should all work out nicely as long as you're keeping in mind which direction it should be going, right? I feel like that's good enough, but if you want to listen to more of the lesson and finish it up with me, you can. But if you feel like, I get this, man, I got this, then you're good to go. But let's continue, okay? Find the STD form of the equation of the parabola with the given information. A, focus is 0, negative 2, and vertex is 0. So you can tell that these two, different information is given to you, provided to you. So what do you do with that, right? How do you digest that, and how do you, let it sink in? Okay, but you know what I like to do first? Well, you know what? You should probably think about what you would do first for your benefit. But I'm going to teach you my method, but you could probably come up with your better method for yourself. First thing I like to do is take this information, let it sink in, and then sketch it. I like to sketch. And I'm thinking, oh, focus is 0, negative 2. So I'm just kind of like, focus is negative 0, negative 2. Okay, so I have this focus here. Vertex is 0, 0. Oh, so I know HK, right? Okay, well, I know also, so much information. I know that focus is 2 away, that's P. So P is 2, right? Okay, but I also know the direction of my parabola, and I know that my parabola looks like this. So what do I do with that? I just write that this is an x squared parabola, right? X squared parabola. You should process a lot of information here. So you're like, okay, I'm going to start like this. Yeah, start with the STD that you need to obtain. And you have so much information here. Is P positive or P negative? X squared and P is definitely negative. And you know for sure that P is 2 because it went 2 down from the vertex that's provided. So you're thinking, okay, wait, P is 2. There's so much information, but I need 4P, right? So you're like, yeah, I need 4P, but I know that P is 2, so I know that it's going to be 8. But I know P is negative, so I know it's negative 8. There's a lot to process. Can you do that? All right, so let's see if you can put it all together now. All right, so x minus 0, because that's in vertex, is at 0, 0, right? Okay, and 4P is negative 8, and y minus k. Again, when you simplify that, x equals negative 8y. I hope you guys were able to follow along. If you don't, just nudge a neighbor next to you, or you can ask me. Don't forget to ask Miss Chang, okay? All right, let's move here. Different information, x equals positive 8, and focus is 0. Oh, this is so tricky-dicky. Well, let's start with sketching. X equals negative 8, x equals positive 8. 4, 8, ding, 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 that's my directrix, that's 4, and my focus is 0, 0. My focus is 0, 0. My focus is here, my directrix is here. That means, you guys, that my vertex is somewhere between, and I think all of us are clever enough. But before we start that, you guys, isn't this a sideways parabola going to the left? So conclusion. Exactly. My equation. This is an y squared parabola. So I know it's y minus k squared equals 4p x minus h. All this information, if you have it down, it should make it much easier for you. Okay, So what's the information that we need? We need K and H, and we need P. Okay. Well, we know that this is x equals 8. We know that this is 0, 0. What's between that? Okay. So this is 8, okay? So I think everyone here figured out the first thing. Well, of course, this is the 0th step or the first step. You know your HK, right? It's between 0 and 8. If it wasn't so simple, you'd have to do the midpoint formula, just calculate the middle, but you know this is going to be what? 4, 0. Because it's along this line, and it's at between 0 and 8, which is a 4. Okay? All right, so 4, 0. And let's see, so we know H, so we know our H and the K. What about our P? Well, if it's 4, 0, right? Isn't it, how far is it from here to here? It's equidistant, and that's our p-value. And I think everyone here agrees that it's 4. Let's put it all together. Okay, it's getting easier and easier. Y minus 0 squared is equal to 4p. But you guys, p is 4, so it's going to be 16 x minus 4. Something's kind of fishy because we know that p has to be negative, and it's going to the left. So we know it's going to have to be negative here. So see if that makes sense to you. Oh, of course, you can simplify this. And we are done. All right, the rest of the notes we'll complete together in class. I'll see you there. Bye.